Hello. Alrighty, so I've had a really interesting week. So I thought it might be interesting to talk about what to do when you royally F things up as an entrepreneur running your own business. I've done this a lot, of course, as I'm sure a lot of you have. In fact, if you're already tuned in, if you have just really effed things up in your business, been where perhaps I was yesterday, chuck a yes in the comments. I would love to know that I'm not alone either. What I mean when I effed things up, I've run a webinar before, run a webinar with 200 people on, and I couldn't turn my microphone on. So we're sitting there in silence, and I am yelling into this laptop, and not a single person could hear me. I'm getting this chat reel, as you can see, is this happening? Where are you? I set aside my time. Is this a scam? And I'm sitting on the other end of the laptop, just like panicked. Oh my gosh, I'm here. I ended up tuning into another laptop, and again, the microphone was broken. So honestly, a royal mess up. What happened this week was even more fun, perhaps. I sent 46,000 emails to the wrong people. Well, the wrong email to the wrong people. So actually it was 2 emails to 23,000 people. But anyway, let's round up to 50. So I've learned a lot, actually. And my team since Monday, when we discovered this happened at 1:45 a.m. on Sunday night. And sitting alone in the dark on my couch, looking at this mistake and seeing the emails start trickling into my inbox, I just started thinking about how a lot of people must feel like this, probably alone, sitting in the dark going, what do I do next? So I thought I'd share a few tips that I have learned over the last couple of days. So the first one is really accept it. What I've realized is that we are our own worst enemies. When I started reading through the emails, when I took a second, calmed down, started reading through the actual content of the emails and not being overwhelmed by the volume coming back to me, I realized that most people were just a little confused, which is fair, but just having an usual standard response. And what felt massive to me at a huge scale, this 50,000 people, was very small to everyone else. The mistake from your perspective is your whole world, it's your whole business. To someone else, I had just sent the wrong email, had landed in their inbox. They could just delete it if they wanted, or they could reply and ask what it is. So my first tip would be try to put it in perspective and just take some deep breaths and accept it. And then you can move forward to, okay, what action do I take now? So what I would encourage, whether it's an email mess up or something on social or in person, is just be real, own it. We all mess up often. And the most authentic thing you can do is just say, look, I messed up. You don't want to do the old Facebook trick, having the hack and then not communicating what was happening for 2 weeks. Or I remember when I worked at eBay and the site went down and we didn't tell our sellers for 2 days because we were waiting on communications from the States. The best thing you can do is be proactive instead of reactive. So jump out there and just say, look, sorry, didn't mean that to happen. It was a glitch. In my case, we had migrated email systems over to a new platform and had accidentally enrolled everyone in an email flow that no longer should have gone out. So I just sent another email and just said, this is what happened. Like, sorry to take up your time and your inbox. And I got even nicer replies than I did from the first, which leads me into my third point. See how you can turn this into an opportunity to better serve your audience and your customers. So it might not feel like there's a silver lining when this F-up happens. I know I was not seeing the silver lining for a little while, but actually 2 things. Firstly, every communication you have with your audience builds a relationship. So being authentic, being real, and offering them, if you can, something to almost compensate for any inconvenience is just it's a nice to have, but it's also a smart business decision. So that's what I did. I ended up saying, look, I sent you an offer that doesn't exist anymore. It was for coaching with one of my social media programs. I said, that doesn't exist, but actually, since I accidentally sent this, I'm going to offer something even better. So instead of just buying the usual program, I'm going to give you 6 weeks of coaching where you can work, with me directly as well. And the responses I got back from that were great. And actually, I also got a couple of new customers who the original self-paced offer wasn't right for, but this new personal touch was. So see how you can flip it, but also while being real. You don't want to just obviously sell if you're trying to apologize as well, because it ends up feeling a little inauthentic. And also use it as an opportunity to build those relationships even further, and turn any haters, and you will have a few, I had a few, and that's okay, turn them into, promoters for you. So I went through, and Simone on my team went through every single response, and actually still are working through it, and just said, like, this is exactly what happened, replied to any questions, understood their business, their needs, their perspective. And what other time do you get almost 1,000 personal emails landing in your inbox? Each one of those is an opportunity. So flip it on its head and try to see a positive. For me, I think it's actually brought my team and our audience and particularly our customers even closer together. In my private coaching group, we've been talking about how do you be authentic and handle these crises from an emotional perspective as well as a practical. So I hope that helps you. If you ever do have a massive mess up and you're sitting there in the dark like I was, you can always reach out to me. I'm probably still going to be awake, so feel free, and good luck with it all. Cheers.